Hey everyone, George here, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm giving you an update here on these baby discus fish here. I've moved about 30 of them out of this tank. There are a few remaining because they are a little bit behind some of the other ones that I moved out. As far as the eating goes, these guys are eating, but they're not eating at the rate that I would like them to. So I'm having to pay a little bit more attention with live brine and really kind of make sure that these guys are getting what they need to start to grow rapidly. Now, if you look at these guys closer, you can see that they are looking like they're supposed to. They're supposed to look like miniature little discus fish without much color, and that's exactly what they look like. So it's hard for me to be able to tell you exactly what color they're going to be. Probably won't know that for a few weeks yet, but I'm noticing all of them have a little bit of red around the top part of their dorsal fin, and so that indicates to me that there's going to be some red veining through these guys, so they're probably going to pick up the trait of the father more than the mother. The mother was a blue diamond, and the father, if you remember correctly, was a checkerboard panda, a never pepper checkerboard panda. In other words, that fish will not pepper. Now, I don't know if that gene will carry over or not. There are some people that tell me it won't. Gabe Posada over at the Jack Watley says you just don't know if that gene is going to carry over or not. It's hard to tell. So we're going to wait and see what happens here. Again, this was just a practice session for me. This was not something that I thought, we're going to come out with some just absolutely beautiful discus here. But it is a practice session, and I'm just happy that I got about 38 out of this clutch of 70 that survived. And again, the others are in another tank here where they're doing a little bit better than these, and they're about the same size, just doing a little more eating on their own and acting a little bit more independent as opposed to these guys. So it's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of weeks what happens here. But again, I promised you an update, so that's kind of what I'm doing. So the next step on this here is to start breeding again in this same tank over the next couple of weeks. Now, I did put the male in the original tank with the female, and he is already paired up again with another, I think it is a snakeskin in there, and they have already laid eggs and are guarding them, which obviously are not going to be sustainable because it's a community tank. But whether or not these guys are pair for life or not, that's obviously not the case here, because these fish have already, like I said, gone on to pairing up with another female. And so my guess is that those eggs will not be sustainable in that main tank, but we will let them go ahead and put some eggs down for a couple of weeks here, a few cycles, just to make sure that we get some wrigglers out of it, and then we will move them over to a tank similar to this here and let them see if they can have a go at getting the wrigglers to become mature and have a good spawn that is sustainable, and then we'll go from there and see exactly what we're looking at as far as I think there'd be a much better color than this, because there is no pattern on the blue. Obviously, that's just a blue diamond on the this group here with the Panda Never Pepper checkerboard, which Sorry about that being blurry like that. I think the camera, because I'm using my phone, is trying to keep up on it, and I'm sorry it's blurry a little bit here, but hopefully you can see what's going on. And I think that group would be a pretty good looking group of fish if we can get them in here and get some wrigglers out of them and get them to attach to the parents and start breeding again here. Now, this has been fun for me. I've had an absolute blast doing this. It's been very interesting and very challenging at the same time, because I didn't really know what to expect here as far as what I was going to get. I have bred fish before, but they have not been discus. This is my first time breeding discus that are parents that are only one out of 5 different types of fish that basically raise their young this way. Now, I just did a water change, so these guys are a little bit disoriented and starting to group back together. That's typically what they do after I do a water change. They will start to group back together and then settle in. You got to be careful when you are doing these water changes to make sure that your temperature is right there close to being exact as it was from what you remove. Now, I'm running this at about 89 degrees, and I noticed that I'm about 88.5, which is not enough to really shock them or anything like that. So hopefully when they get a little bit more oriented here in a few minutes, these guys will start to group up like they were. There's only about 8 fish in this particular tank because like I said, I wanted to give them a little bit more time to eat without competition, to see if I can salvage them and keep them in good shape. Now you can see that red right at the top there, which I think is so cool. If they look anything like the dad, they're going to be really, really pretty fish. But who knows what we're going to come out with here as far as color and that sort of thing. And I probably will start to use some medications here to make sure that we don't get any bacterial diseases or worms or any kind of parasites, gill flukes or anything like that typically will hit these guys at about 30 days if your water is not 100% up to par. So again, thanks for joining me. I wanted to get this update out to you. As I said, the parents are no longer in this tank. The other fish, there's about 30 of them that I put in another tank for grow out. They're doing a little bit better than these guys. The only reason I left these guys in here, like I said, just to recap, is to get them to eat a little bit more and to be a little bit more independent. And I'm starting to see that over the last day or two. These guys are right about 27 days old from the time that they hatched. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see how these guys do, and I'll get you another update as soon as I can. Thanks for joining me. Give me a thumbs up on this one. I know it's kind of a boring video, but you guys asked for an update, and so I wanted to make sure I got that out to you. But again, leave your comments down below. If you have any questions, I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And also share with your friends. I really appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't. The channel is growing. We've got some really nice videos that we've been putting out here recently, and we plan to put out some more. And we've got a lot of new products. We got that giveaway on the 24th of December of that Seche external filter, the 200 whale. There really wasn't a lot of people participating in that. I was really shocked for something that was a giveaway. It might have been the way I worded it and so forth, but we're going to give it away anyway. I was hoping for at least 5,000 people participating in that, and we got just a little over 1,000, to be honest with you. But we're going to go ahead and give it away anyway, and make sure that you tune in on the 24th to find out if you are the winner. If you haven't signed up, I will leave that video down below. You can sign up there and still be in that drawing. Anybody that signs up by the 24th or the day of the 24th before 5 o'clock p.m. on the 24th, West Coast time here in the United States, then I will add your name into the group and give you a chance to win that CCHE external canister filter. Anyways, we will talk again soon. Thank you for joining me. We are out of here. We will see you on the next one.